What's up? What's up, Dr. Butcher, Rob Swift?
My fan.
How y'all? This
Well,
question asked is for Rob Swift. Yo, salute for all y'all do. And salute Rob for I'll be watching tons of your training videos, your tutorials and how you teach people. And I think that's missed from DJ. Like what I like what you doing, cause Butcher towards you now, you teaching everybody else. And that's really dope. And the question is, how are you dealing with the classes that you done during the COVID era? Are you doing everything like through Zooms?
you know, that question, man, is interesting because I know that there are people right now suffering, just in the DJ scene, for example, go out and perform in front of 100, 200 people the way we used to before all this crazy shit, occurred here on this planet, you know what I mean, with this pandemic. So I feel funny saying this, but the truth of it is, dude, that like for me, the lockdown has created more opportunities to teach people because no one has anything to do. No one has anywhere to out. So I think the mentality amongst a lot of DJs is, well, why not take this time off to get better? And who better to go to than Rob Swift? Because I see him on YouTube, I see him on Facebook, I see him on Instagram. I'm learning from the 1 minute, 5 minute, 10-minute posts. Why don't I just train with him the way his students train with him on Skype? And that's what's been happening. So, I mean, how I'm dealing with it, like it's been honestly, dude, like cool. Like I've been able to continue to pay the bills. I'm able to continue to put food on the table thanks to my students who want to still train and haven't lost that fire to get better. And at the end of the day, dude, this is temporary, man. Like, you know, things may not necessarily be exactly as they were pre-March 2020 when the lockdown started, but this will pass. This will pass and we'll get back out in front of crowds and we'll be DJing. I'm already starting to see glimpses of that happening. And I think that the people that come to me to train also know that. So they just want to be better so that when they're back out in the clubs, in the bars, they show some sort of like improvement. They're not just the same DJ they were before. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I've been blessed, dude, and I thank God that like I've been able to continue to like thrive and get things done. We released a project, myself, Dr. Butcher, DJ
Okay.
Minister. We released an album like literally during the pandemic. So you just gotta figure out ways to adapt to your situation, man. And if your mentality is positive and healthy, regardless of what's in front of you, what challenges, whether it's some sort of crazy infectious disease or maybe people don't feel you as a DJ, whatever it is, man, if you have a positive mentality and you just take one step at a time and you have faith, I really feel that like the universe, God, whatever you believe in,
Yeah.
does the rest. And that's been
Okay. Thanks.
So the next DJ that we got, he comes out of Detroit, DJ Michael E. What's up?
Dr. Butcher,
Yo,
Ralph Swift.
what's
Hey
up?
guys, glad you were with us tonight. I just have one question, particularly for Rob. How does your students qualify to work up under you? I mean, what do they have to do to qualify to train under you? Is there some kind of a process you go through?
Honestly, there's no real qualification. There are no standards that I look for. I think if you approach me, whether it's through social media or if you see me, sometimes you'd be surprised. Like I get stopped in the most random places and get asked about lessons. Sometimes I could be at the gym, someone will recognize me and be like, "Yo, I know you teach. Can I get lessons?" It's about vibe, man. That's the qualification is your vibe. Like if I feel weird about energy, you know, if you're one of those dudes that like you're approaching me for lessons because all you're worried about is stardom, then I try my best to shy away from teaching people like that, because I don't know, you're mentoring someone, you got to make sure that you know who you're introducing these techniques to, so do the right things with techniques and pass them on the right way. So I just people that I think have good energy about them and genuinely want to learn. And really, those are the only standards I look for. So if you hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, because you saw a video that inspired you to want to learn, and you approach me in a way that I feel, man, all right, this could be fun. And this person seems like the kind of person that will honor and respect what I have to show them, then they'll learn. Whether you live in Queens or Australia, I have a student named Wall Z, who I don't even consider a student anymore because he's just a beast now. But I remember he reached out to me in 2016, and I taught him my whole philosophy on DJing and competing, specifically beat juggling, that art, that skill that is elusive to so many DJs. And now in 2020, he's a two-time Australian DMC champ. And this year, he made it all the way to the finals of the DMC. Right. And I started training him in 2016. And he lives in Australia, and we never met in person. Okay. So, you know, it really depends on how you approach me and your energy with me. And if I feel like you're a good person and you'll do right by the skill sets that I'm going to pass on to you, then I'll take you on as a student.
I see. Hey, I thank you both for what you do for the culture. Keep up the good work.
Right on, man.
All right, so we're going to take it on over to B-More, and we're going to shout at DJ Joe Storm. What's up, my man?
Bro, man, brother. I don't know what to say, man. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I've never been nervous as far as like DJs, man. But you are, and let me say this, man. I met you in person at the DJ Expo. It wasn't last year; it was the year before that.
Yep.
So,
excuse me. It was the 2018 Expo.
Yeah. So, you know, just to walk up to you and shake your hand and, you know, see how chill and laid back you was an amazing thing. You know, so I watch a lot of your videos on YouTube and listen how you teach, you know, people different techniques and, you know, especially beat juggling and, you know, listening for sounds and just different things, you know, techniques with the fader, hand movement on the records, you know, just different things, man. Only thing I can say is that you and the whole executioners have been instrumental in my life. You know, just watching y'all over the years. And definitely shout out to Dr. Butcher. I definitely been watching you, brother. I've been watching y'all brothers for a long time. And you are definitely like I can tell that you are a student of hip hop.
Yes.
You know, so and I love hip hop. I've been listening to hip hop my whole life. Yes. So I'm not gonna say a whole bunch. I know people want to talk, but I will say this. You know, I was sitting here listening to you speak about the qualifications to be able to learn. Man, I would love to be able to learn. You know, be taught by you, man. My spirit is good. I love music, regardless if it was money involved or not. You know, I just love music and I love what you do. So, you know, we got to connect on some other level, brother.
Yeah, I'm open, dude. Let's do it, man. And I just want people to know too, man, that when they compliment me and my teaching style, they're actually complimenting Dr. Butcher. Because I basically teach my students the same exact way Dr. Butcher taught me. So I talk to them in the same way, and I pass on the same information in the same method that Drew passed on all the info that I have acquired all these years to me. You know what I mean? So all I'm doing is just paying it forward, man. And I just hope that the people that I teach that go on to have success with our form, then pay it forward from there, because that's the main thing that I felt I learned from Dr. Butcher is you don't hoard the techniques and the secrets of this if the person that's asking you to teach them has good intentions. You don't hoard it from them. You teach them whatever you can, and let them thrive with those techniques, man. So
I think, and
yeah.
not to cut you off, the theory behind that, my theory behind that was, if you're inspired by God and you have a purpose, that well is never empty. It's never dry. So for me, I can, share routines, help you develop routines, and never had the feeling of, oh, I want that back, or I should have kept that for myself, because that's just one of an unlimited wealth of routines. So it was always easy to find something. We would get together and look for crazy things just to impress the world. And I can say, yo, take this, take that. You took the biz routine and went somewhere crazy with, and just all the different things we would do. I would learn from you, just being in the room, doing things, all the tricks we would come up with. We're not trying to come up with things, but we would recognize mistakes. Yo, wait, go back to that. Let's play with that. And so when you have that type of camaraderie working with someone, even if you're teaching them and you recognize their talent, because I knew you and Sinister were very talented, I was feeding off you guys as well. So hopefully you find those students or other guys, instead of just coming to you to be taught, bring energy to you to do the same, because they don't understand you're feeding from them. And the more creative they are, the more creative you become. And that becomes synergy that you can't pay for. That's just something special. And, and taking on students. I know Rob has always talked about always wanting that connection. Like he looks for that connection with his students that he and I had, or him and Raider had, and Sinister had. But it's hard. The student has to come to the table as well. So if you do that and you want to learn, like you're asking, come with ideas. Don't be afraid to be you. Just come do what you do. Rob will see you and say, yo, this is what I think you're good at. That's what I saw in him. He was doing things that he didn't realize he was doing. And I was like, yo, hold on. Like, look at this. Stick with that. This is pretty dope. And, he would just watch me and get influenced by the stuff I was doing, but it helped develop who he was. So he wasn't trying to be me at any point in time. He was being him. I was being me. Sinister was being Sinister. Raider was Raider. But collectively, we knew what everyone could do. And, that's what I think made us and that DJ.
Well, man, thank you both, man. Y'all have inspired my life. And Rob, I'll be in touch, brother.
That's awesome.